So we're just going to take a look at products and services or items as I tend to refer to them as. These are standardized line items, particularly for sales invoices, where you can standardize the description, you can standardize the pricing, where there's a standard price, and you can also ensure that the right VAT rate or VAT amount is assigned to each transaction item. It means you avoid having to manually or free type every single line of every single invoice, particularly where a lot of what you add to your sales invoices is consistent or regular amounts, regular descriptions, and regular VAT amounts. So again, starting from the dashboard, let's go down to sales. Go to your products and services option here, which will then open up a new window under products and services. And all you're going to do is add a product or service if there's not one already, or where you've got a list of them already, you'll just add a new one onto your existing list. Generally, we're dealing with service items, so we'll avoid all the stock items for this exercise. Go into your service, and all you're going to do is name your standard sales item, which could be consultancy. Call it consultancy. There's no real need to have a code in there. Category. Again, you can have a category in most cases, unless you're getting into very detailed structure, probably don't need it. And then you just look at your options. Do you sell it to your customers? Yes, we do. So we'll leave that in there. We just want to put the description in. So the consultancy in this case could be advice on interior design strategy. That's your standard description, and maybe you might have your project name on each case, which case you can put that in as a standard, and all you're going to do each occasion is just change the project name rather than change the description each occasion. The price might be a standard £1,500 is what you charge for that. You then need to make sure that you want it to be reflected in the right line in your chart of accounts and your profit and loss report. So this type of consultancy might be different to other types you do. So you may have sales consultancy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this case, we just got one sales, so we'll just make sure that we identify the right sales item so it appears in the right place on our chart of accounts or our profit and loss. I'd probably ignore this, leave it as an exclusive VAT, so you always put in the value before VAT and then select your VAT code. So in this case, it might be 20%. And then if you also use the same descriptions on a purchase cost from your supplier, you can tick that as well, but I think you're better off keeping purchase and sales transactions or items separately. So I'd probably leave it as is, save and close. Now you've got your consultancy item or your product and service as it's called. You can see the details here. You can go in and edit at a later point if you want to. What this means is when you raise your sales invoice to your customer, you can select your item. Consultancy, you can see it brings up the standard description, the standard value, and already brings in the VAT amount. So again, you can just continue selecting different items for that particular invoice, or essentially all you've got to do is change your project name, and then you are ready to send that invoice out to your customer. So that's it.